Hi, I'm Jean Edelman. For decades, I've been a student of the healing arts: Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, acupuncture, plant-based, and macrobiotic cooking. Join me on this journey and hear my word of the week.
Great to be with you this week. This week, I want to talk about going with the flow. Truthfully, this has been a struggle for me this week to even find a topic. I've felt very scattered. I found myself just engaged in moving furniture, pictures, starting my fall giveaway pile, sitting down with a whole bunch of new commitments to put on the calendar for the fall. Plus, it got cool. So, a lot of shifting in the food and the meal prep and the food shopping. So, just a whole lot of change. So, I find this topic very curious because eventually, after I stopped struggling, I realized that it's a whole lot easier to go with the flow, to let things go and let us go where we are being pulled.
So, actually, what I have discovered is that going with the flow can be less stressful.
Because once we realize what we're doing, things just seem to fall into place. For instance, I started last week with a list. I actually had my list of things that I needed to accomplish. And I thought that I was going to just, for example, say A, B, C, D to get it all done. But it ended up that D got done first and then B. And so just how I was accomplishing things, when I was accomplishing things, that was changing a lot. That was just go with the flow.
So, here is my example.
The example I was thinking of was think of water flowing along a stream and think of floating down that stream and how easy it is. And so the rocks along the way, those are our items on the list that we are going to accomplish as we meet them. But we're going with
The flow of the water, and it's gotten a lot easier.
So now think of blocking the water and redirecting it. How difficult and how messy wet that is when we try to block and redirect the water.
And I guess that's what we're doing when we impose our to-do list the way we want it to be, instead of letting it flow with ease as it can be. My list still got done, but it was in a different order from how I had mapped it out. And it got done with a little bit more joy and playfulness and creativity.
So our action item of the week is make our list. Go ahead and make our list. But then just try to move about our day
And our week.
with our list in our mind, but without the intensity of how and when and where it needs to get done. And so it's very simple this week. The word of the week is
Flow.
the F is for
Flexible.
sometimes we just get in our own way and we think it must be done a certain way. When actually, if we just sit back and relax a little bit and let it
Flow.
it goes a whole lot easier. The L is to let go. When we ask ourselves,
Can it be done differently?
can it be done within a different time frame? Well, I think a lot of that.
Will be answered with a yes.
And so let's try to let go. The O is for okay, because everything will be okay. And I think everything will be okay when we,
Flow.
and the bonus with that is that there's a whole lot less stress. And the W is for wish, a desire. You know, we are a society that we want what we want when we want it. And you know what?
That creates stress.
So let's try some
Flow.
in our wishes and desires and see what happens. And the truth is, I was super stressed out because things weren't going the way that I had expected or I had planned out. And I didn't really understand what was happening. But now I do. I understand.
Flow.
And once I figured it out, once I got into the flow, it made so much sense. And I actually enjoyed myself. So from now on, I create my list.
And then
I just let it happen as it needs to happen and when the best time for it to happen. So have a great week. This could be a great test. Remember, we are in Earth School and we are learning every day. This was a big week for me to be learning about the flow. Remember, love is our lesson to love ourselves, love each other, and remember that life comes from us and life is for us. So have a very flowy week, everyone. Take care.